Hey drifter, ghost walker, pillow traveler. Tonight we're checking into a very special place. You won't need a passport, or shoes, or a pulse really. This is the lobby no one ever leaves. Not because it's cursed, not because it's guarded, but because no one remembers how they got here and no one can be bothered to leave. Before we dive into the velvet shadows and soft absurdities of this eternal waiting room, give that like button a gentle poke, if you can still lift your ghostly finger. And subscribe so the spirits know you're still paying attention. Kind of. Now take a deep breath or the memory of one. Sink into your mattress like an overdue soul into an underworld sofa. And follow me, past the flickering lamps and the eternal scent of faintly burnt lavender. Rumor has it down here the lobby was built as a temporary space, just a place to sort things out while paperwork cleared. That was, 12,000 years ago? Give or take a century. They say the first soul arrived with a harp and a question. You still here? The harp's out of tune. The question was never answered. There's a reception desk at the far end, always empty. A tiny bell sits on it, pristine, polished, never once rung with success. Some souls swear if you ring it just right, a voice whispers, "Please hold." And then absolutely nothing else. The wallpaper is that dull, comforting beige that makes you forget you were once a person. The floor has no end. The ceiling hums gently. Time here folds in on itself like a badly filed report. And no, there are no clocks. Not because clocks break, but because time gave up on this place centuries ago. Some dusty scrolls insist it simply doesn't apply here anymore. So make yourself comfortable. Everyone else did. No one really knows what they're waiting for. But somehow the chairs do get softer the longer you sit. And if you listen closely, you'll hear the faintest elevator ding, but the doors never open. Somewhere in the distance, or maybe right above your head, there plays a tune. Not a song, not exactly. Just a soft, looped melody. The kind of music designed for elevators, dentist offices, or very awkward spa experiences. But this is Lobby Muzak, engineered by the Underworld's least inspired composers. Grumpy old spirits swear it's been looping for thousands of years. They say it once drove a Viking berserker to politely ask for silence. An ancient pharaoh began humming along, and hasn't stopped since. You might think it's harmless at first. Just a gentle beat. A faint xylophone. A hint of pan flute. But wait long enough and you'll feel it. That creeping itch behind your ears, the suspicion that this is the exact same 4 notes you heard 9 minutes ago, and 9 lifetimes before that. Old Underworld gossips claim the track is called Infinite Pause Soft Remix. Composed by a half-banished sound demon named Gregor the Mildly Competent. There's no off button. No volume control. Just the soft, cheery insistence that yes, you're still here. Still waiting. Still very much, not moving forward. Some souls try to hum along. Some try to block it out. One ghost tried dancing to it once. They say he spun in circles until he accidentally evaporated. And if you think you can tune it out by focusing harder, well, that's how they get you. It starts syncing with your thoughts. You think of your old life? Muzak. You imagine freedom? Muzak but louder. You try to scream? Still Muzak, but now it's in 4/4 time. Ancient whispers say this loop was only meant to last a few hours, just to ease the boredom of early arrivals. But someone forgot to unplug the system. And so here it plays across millennia in memory foam chairs. Soft, persistent, haunting in the least dramatic way. So don't fight it. Let it play. Let your thoughts melt into pan flute nothingness. Because in the lobby no one ever leaves. The music never ends. The reception desk that receives nothing. Yes, the reception desk. It stands proudly at the far end of the lobby, glowing faintly under a flickering chandelier, eternally unstaffed, eternally smug. It is the most visited, most ignored piece of furniture in the entire afterlife. A paradox in polished mahogany. Old souls tell of the first time they approached it with hope in their hearts, only to be greeted by absolutely nothing. No receptionist. No clipboard. No sign-in sheet. Just a single pristine silver bell. And oh, the bell. Shiny. Tempting. Daring you to press it like some cursed relic from an ancient bureaucracy. Some claim if you press it once you hear a faint ding. Twice. A soft sigh from nowhere. 3 times, and a ghost in the corner starts coughing passive-aggressively. Legend has it that once, a very ambitious monk rang it 27 times in a row. On the 28th ring, a soft voice whispered, "Your estimated wait time is forever." He achieved enlightenment on the spot, and then promptly sat back down. Rumor has it down here there was once an employee assigned to the desk, a demon intern named Clivox. He showed up on his first day, realized there was no end to the queue, and quietly dissolved into a puff of resignation. Now the desk just waits, like everything else in this lobby. A monument to unanswered questions. There are papers scattered across it, sure, but none are useful. A form labeled reincarnation preferences with only two options, eventually and unclear. A post-it note that reads, "Back in 5. No one remembers who wrote it, or when, or whether 5 refers to minutes, centuries, or levels of existential acceptance. Some dusty scrolls insist that if the bell is rung at precisely midnight, by someone holding no regrets and an expired library card, the receptionist will return. But we all know that's nonsense. No one down here really has no regrets, and nobody remembers libraries." Near the entrance, just past the squeaky floor tile and slightly behind a potted fern that always looks mildly disappointed, stands a sleek, glowing contraption. The ticket number machine. It is red. It is shiny. It is profoundly useless. Some dusty scrolls insist it was installed to create order. Old Underworld gossips say it was part of a doomed renovation project called Queue Management for Eternity. Whatever its origin, the machine sits there, humming quietly, flashing a little sign that reads, "Now serving 0001. Your number, 938,124. Ghosts still press the button out of habit or maybe just boredom. Each ticket it spits out feels official, promising, vaguely bureaucratic. And then, nothing. No counters. No screens. No voice calling numbers. Just silence, broken only by the occasional paper flutter of another hopeful ghost taking another ticket. Some souls have drawers full of these numbers. They compare them. They trade them. They form clubs. One particularly patient banshee has collected over 30,000 tickets, and arranged them into a sculpture titled, "Waiting Reimagined." Another claims she once heard her number being called, but the sound turned out to be a chair creaking under the weight of existential despair. Ancient whispers say the machine is cursed, that it feeds on anticipation, that every click of the button sends a ripple into the Bureau of Reincarnation, where interns panic and spill tea on soul files. Others believe the machine is actually broken, but since it's technically part of the lobby, no one knows who has the authority to fix it. And even if they did, where would the parts come from? Purgatory's supply chain hasn't functioned properly since the great paperclip shortage of 1742. So we pull another number. And we wait. Because down here, taking a number isn't about moving forward. It's a ritual, a comfort, a quiet nod to the illusion of progress. And besides, what if this time, they really are about to call 938,124? There it stands, a charming little cafe booth in the far corner of the lobby. The sign above it flickers lovingly. Café Deja Brew, opening soon. It has flickered that way since the last ice age. Behind the counter, pristine shelves, a cash register from 3 realities ago, and the comforting smell of coffee that simply doesn't exist. You can smell roasted beans. You can hear the gurgle of an espresso machine. But there's no barista, no mugs, no menu, only a chalkboard that reads, "Today's special, probably." Old Underworld gossips say the cafe did open once, for 7 minutes, and served one soul the most perfect latte in the afterlife. He immediately reincarnated from sheer satisfaction. Management found this inconvenient, so the cafe returned to a state of almost readiness, a perfect mirage of hospitality. There's a bell on the counter. Ring it and you'll hear a cheerful, "Coming right up." No one comes. Ancient whispers say if you wait long enough and truly believe, a biscotti will appear. No one's ever seen it happen, but everyone hopes. And hope is enough to keep ghosts lining up. The exit door that isn't. Ah yes, the exit door. Painted a warm beige, outlined in gold trim, and blessed with a lovely glowing sign. Exit, authorized souls only. It's very official looking. Very promising. Too bad it leads nowhere. Grumpy souls say they've opened it dozens of times. It always reveals something different. A brick wall made of library overdue slips. A mirror that shows you at age 7 mid-tantrum. Another lobby, but the plants are slightly sadder. No one knows who's authorized. The sign never explains. One demon tried to jam it with a paperclip. The door responded by moving 3 meters to the left. Some say if you knock 3 times, whisper a secret, and leave behind a sock, it might creak open an inch. Ancient scrolls insist the door's real purpose is psychological readiness verification, which is fancy talk for it opens when it wants, and it doesn't want to. The invisible staff. Sometimes you hear them. Footsteps behind the desk. The rustle of paperwork. A pen being angrily clicked. A coffee sip suspiciously loud. But look all you want, there's no one there. This is the invisible staff, the great mystery of lobby maintenance. Are they real? Are they ghosts of former bureaucrats? Are they just very passive-aggressive wind currents? No one knows. Some say you can catch a glimpse in the corner of your eye, a flicker, a tie, a stress-induced aura of caffeine. Old underworld gossip suggests the staff unionized centuries ago, and now just haunt the space with ambient workload energy. They won't help you, but they will rearrange your paperwork when you're not looking. Ancient whispers say if you ever hear someone say, "next," and actually mean it, that's when the staff become visible. No one's heard it yet. Next to the world's most unhelpful printer stands the water cooler, a towering container of eerie blue liquid. It gurgles. It chills. It never runs out. But don't be fooled, this is no ordinary hydration station. The water inside? Not quite water. Tastes like memory. Faintly sweet, oddly nostalgic. One sip and you might remember your third-grade pet, your favorite chair, or that dream about the spaghetti opera. Some say it's distilled déjà vu. Some say it's recycled tears from souls still waiting in queue. Either way, it's the only thing that keeps everyone semi-hydrated while they wait. Rumor has it if you drink the whole cooler in one sitting, you'll unlock every past life you've ever had. Someone tried once. They became a puddle of unresolved ambition. The directional signs that don't agree. Hanging from the lobby's cracked ceiling are dozens of directional signs. Reincarnation. Judgment. Tea room. Every single one points somewhere. Every single one contradicts the others. Some even rotate mid-sentence. Try to follow them and you'll end up where you started, except a little more unsure and slightly hungrier. One particularly rebellious sign says, "Follow your heart, not this arrow." Another reads, "Bathroom this way maybe?" Some souls spend entire eternities following the signs in sequence. They never return. Ancient whispers suggest the signs are sentient. Not malicious, just terribly indecisive. After all, when eternity is your timeline, what's the rush? The phone booth to nowhere. Tucked near the back wall stands an old-fashioned rotary phone booth. Painted black. Cracked glass. A faint scent of old regrets and expired dreams. The sign above it reads, "Call home, rates may apply." Lift the receiver and you'll hear static. Sometimes a voice. Sometimes your own voice asking who's calling. Old souls claim it connects to the living world. Others say it connects to a customer support line for the rebirth department. Press 0 and a soft hold music plays. Please enjoy this eternity while you wait. No one has ever made a successful call. But still the booth stands. Just in case. The ghosts that forgot they're waiting. Not everyone paces or sighs or holds a ticket. Some have settled in. They've taken up knitting. Started ghost chess leagues. One spirit runs a book club for unfinished autobiographies. These are the lobby settlers, souls who forgot they were waiting and simply moved in. They've built routines, found hobbies. Some even applied for internships with the invisible staff. One ghost founded a religion based on the vending machine's mysterious glow. Grumpy old spirits say they've lost their purpose. But maybe they just found one. After all, when escape is uncertain, a bit of routine can be divine. A gentle farewell from the lobby. And so, dear wanderer of pillows and thoughts, we drift gently away from the lobby no one ever leaves. Leave behind the softly blinking signs, the never brewing coffee, the murmuring Muzak that's probably echoing in your dreams now. Let it all blur, the sofa that holds too tightly, the receptionist who never was, and the number ticket still folded in your mind's pocket. Because you, unlike the others, you can leave, you can sleep. You are not waiting. You are simply resting. Feel the stillness now, the kind that doesn't need answers. Let your breath or the memory of one slow down. Let your limbs sink deeper. The weight of the day slipping off like old soul tickets falling to the floor. There's nothing more to cue for tonight. Nothing more to figure out. No bells to ring. No exits to chase. Only you. And this silence. And this peace. Sleep, little ghost. You're already home. Good night.